Coming up, more than 500 people compete in a 4th annual Riverfest event. See how important the awareness of autism is in the lacrosse community. More than 150 community members volunteered their time to help out at this year's Rockin' the Docks, including the 6 bands performing tonight. Details coming up on News 8 at 6. The YMCA of Onalaska spent the entire morning setting up for their 6th annual Kids Triathlon. See how they're putting a fun spin on an event the entire family can enjoy. Research suggests that butter really isn't as bad for you as people once thought. See how Wisconsin dairy farmers are dealing with the new high demand. For more than 5 months, the anti-abortion controversy continues against one doctor at Mayo Healthcare System in La Crosse. We take a look at how this issue escalated tonight on News 8 at 6. Plus, one Minnesota vineyard is doing their best to restore the grapes they lost from the harsh winter vortex. Details tonight on News 8 at 6.
I mean, usually this would be full of grapes hanging down.
Just when you started to think the polar vortex was a thing of the past, it decided to throw a post-season sucker punch.
Everything north of Minneapolis and west, everything died out.
Brad Halstead has been growing grapes for more than 10 years at Riverview Vineyard and Winery in La Crescent, Minnesota, and says he's never seen his crops in this bad a shape.
I mean, it just was so cold and so severe that the wineries aren't going to have a crop this year.
It still seems to be unclear what exactly caused this stunt in growth, but analysis expect it was due to the prolonged freezing.
If we would have got the snow cover prior to the frost getting in deep before the deep freeze, I think we would have been better off.
Minnesota vineyards are specifically designed to withstand the harsh Midwest winters, but it was the imported grapes that took the hardest hit of all.
A majority have survived, but as you can see, some haven't survived.
30% of the plants that died at the vineyard all began with problems beginning at the base of the trunk.
This variety and the one in the other vineyard were developed in upstate New York and in Arkansas. So they're not cold hardy varieties that can grow here.
Brad was far more lucky than other Minnesota growers who may face the challenge of importing close to all of their grapes next year.
The price of grapes will possibly go up because the wineries that are in northwest Minnesota will be looking for grapes. And so I guess that will drive the price of grapes up.
Although it will take time, the grapes are expected to slowly return.
It'll take probably another year for it to come back. So we're lucky to be, I think, one close to the Mississippi River where it's kept it a little bit warmer, but we're better off.
Michael Wiskus grew up as an Iowa farm boy with a passion for flying. Now, after being a pilot for 40 years, he flies all over the U.S. and Canada doing show after show.
It's a passion of mine. I mean, I really love what I do. It's a lot of noise. It's a lot of smoke. You'll see me come in and spiraling in to about 15 feet off the water, pull vertical, I'll spiral up, tumble end over end, come back down, start going into my whole procedure, my whole routine.
Natalie Nias agreed to take a ride with Michael in her role as WCCO reporter. This was the first time Natalie had ever been in a stunt plane like this and was only a little nervous.
I wasn't nervous until now.
Reason for this flight is not to see if I can get you sick. The whole reason for the flight is to make sure you don't get sick.
Great.
But to see something that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
A whole different angle in the world.
And a whole different angle is exactly what Natalie experienced.
Once I get there and that engine starts, life is grand.
You can get started the same way Michael did 40 years ago when he was 17.
So you got to walk through the door, you got to tell somebody, I want to learn to fly, I want to find out about airplanes.
The red two-seater that Natalie just took a ride in does all the stunts. But this orange show plane is even more powerful and does it 3 to 4 times faster. Last year was the first time in 45 years that there was an air show inside the Twin Cities. This year, it's going to be bigger and better. Here at the Cooley Region Humane Society, volunteering is one of the many things that people can do to help out. 3-year volunteer Chris Grendeman comes to the Humane Society twice a week to hang out with a few of her favorite animals.
I first started volunteering for cats, but I kind of prefer the dogs because it's outdoors. When you come in, you make sure that you come out here to ensure that the runs, the paddocks are all free and available. and then you pick a dog and you sign them out so that you know what time you're going out, because we try to use 15 to 20 minute segments. And if you feel comfortable with it, you can take 2 dogs out, and your job is to entertain them, to socialize them, to clean up after them, to make sure that their kennels are clean, and if they need fresh water, that's fine. Enjoy the large dogs, and when there's enough volunteers here, we can take them out for a walk, and that's always fun because then you get to see them a little bit more in a different environment.
Jenny Strom is one of the newest volunteers at the Humane Society. Her love for animals is what drew her to volunteer.
I come in and then I sign in and get my little tag here. And then I go around and see if any of the dogs have dirty kennels, and I take them out first and clean their kennels, and then get them new blankets and stuff if those are dirty. And then after that, everyone has a sheet of paper that says the last time they were taken out, and so you go to the dogs that were taken out, like, you know, like the latest, or the ones that have been taken out a long time, and then you take those out and you just kind of go around about 15 to 20 minutes per dog.
Some specific volunteers that come to work with the small animals. There's a rabbit volunteer, and there's some people that work with the other small animals, but primarily the shifts are for the cats and the dogs.
I look forward to coming here every single week. I have dogs at home and I wish I could bring them to school with me, but I don't, so this makes up for that.
I'm really happy to see all the nice turnover. It's interesting because I'm here twice a week to see dogs that are here one week are not here the next week, which means they found new homes, and that's like awesome, hooray! If you come to volunteer, you certainly get lots of exposure to dogs, but twice a week they have a class for the shelter dogs so that they go to obedience class, and I think that's a wonderful thing because then the dogs that are here, either they're reminded the skills they used to have or they learn some new skills, and that makes them all a little bit more adoptable.
And then just knowing that when you don't see them the next time that they've been adopted, and that's like a good feeling, and knowing that you're making a difference.
For your chance to volunteer, call the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
8.
If you've looked at the latest issue of People magazine, you will notice the cover shows the incredible story of 4 women who have shared their journey through weight loss. One of those women is Dawn Bryant, a marketing strategist from Minneapolis. Her inspiration came from the success her husband had had with weight loss.
He didn't want to be unhealthy, so he is amazing on his own. So he did P90X in the basement and is amazing at eating the same thing every day. And at the time I wasn't, and it was boring to me, but I was inspired. He lost 65 pounds in about a year, and I didn't want to be left in the dust. I wanted to be able to be there for him. I wanted to be able to do things with him, and I wanted to be able to do things for myself.
After 1 year and 130 pounds lost, Dawn has gone from this to this, which is what landed her in People magazine. Dawn struggled the same way that many of us do with exercise.
All I could ever do was maybe go on the elliptical machine. I didn't know how to use anything else. I didn't want to look stupid.
That is when Dawn turned to a friend for help, and she met Jason.
And I met Jason because a friend of mine said, you need to meet this guy, and he's my trainer. And I'm like, I got to get in shape before I go see this guy. And she said, no, I promise you he's different. And I came in and I met him, and he was different. There was a connection because I could tell he really cared. And for me, I just needed someone to believe in me more than I could believe in myself.
One thing that Dawn loves about this place is it's a real gym with real people.
I love this location. And the reason I love it is because it wasn't a health club like I had been used to. I needed to be in an environment where I could just be encouraged and be around people. Like, this place is a family, and it's a family of people who are the most positive people I've ever been around in my life, and they are nothing but encouraging. We all have a story, and we're all here to encourage each other and love each other and become better friends along the way.
The La Crosse Area Family YMCA has been part of the community for over 150 years. They offer programs for children, families, seniors, and a wide range of activities to fill the needs of the community. Nobody is ever turned away because of an inability to pay. The YMCA is committed to developing strong character in children through activities that promote their 4 core values.
First is respect, so we respect every person that comes in here. You know, we take all types of people from all different walks of life and just treat them as well as possible, give them as many opportunities as possible. Responsibility is something that we encourage to all the kids that come in here, kind of try to teach them that value, whether it means, you know, picking up their trash in the lobby or helping out another child with something. Honesty is our third one, so that's something that we encourage from all of our members, that, you know, they be truthful and, you know, respect each other's property, things like that. Caring is the fourth one. So obviously you just see that in the way that we reach out to our community, and that we hope that all of our members will be kind and caring to each other.
The Arts and Humanities program offers dance, performing arts, and martial arts. The largest program offered is dance, with nearly 400 members.
I've been a teacher at the YMCA for about 2 years. I teach ballet and tap to 4 and 5-year-olds, ballet to 3 and 4-year-olds, and I am teaching the adult jazz dance class this session as well.
Tammy Edelman, director of the Arts and Humanities program, explains that dance is an opportunity to explore the joy of movement and expression in an encouraging environment. The YMCA welcomes dancers of all ages and abilities. Classes for children can begin as early as age 3. At the Y, kids learn values and positive behaviors that can explore their unique talents and interests, helping them realize their full potential.
I've been teaching dance at the YMCA for about 4 years now, and I've taught everything from 3-year-olds to ballet, all the way up to teenagers, teaching them jazz.
I've made so many connections just through the Y alone, and have been able to build strong relationships not only with the students I teach, but also their family members as well.
Another popular program in the Arts and Humanities department is martial arts.
Karate's not like the other sports, in that they just come and do the sport and leave. They learn different, like, lifelong skills as far as respect and honesty and stuff that they carry with them throughout the week. If they have issues at school or at home, the instructor will deal with that. I like that karate teaches them things that they can use throughout the week, like honesty and respect and how to treat people. I like that there's a lot of structure, and my kids like coming to karate. They work throughout the week on certain things, like they teach them that they can't say I can't. So she'll catch me and her little brother saying, "No, you can't say I can't. We're not allowed to say that." He'll sit them all down and he'll explain to them that it doesn't matter what color you are, what gender you are, if you have a disability, everybody is equal to one another, and just certain things like that, that it's not just learning the self-defense and the different moves and forms in karate, it's just things that they can carry throughout their lives.
I like what the Y stands for, and just everything that it can bring to a community itself, and all these students that come in here. I love teaching them, and I love seeing the smile on their faces as they come into class every day, and you know what they get out of being here at the Y.
My favorite memory is practicing, because I get to have a lot of fun with my friends, and we get to kind of make jokes about each other.
We met in dance class and we're friends now.
I have a friend named Sydney who I've known for about 8 years since I started dancing.
Those students have grown so much so far this year, and I think just my favorite memory, you know, seeing them every week. It's not even just a memory, it's just something that I get to see, you know, throughout this past year. It's just been amazing to see them grow and really get to know them on a personal basis rather than, you know, you come into class, it's like, oh, hey kids, you know. So that's something I can really take away from being here. I actually work at the front desk as well, so I get to kind of see two different sides of the Y. I get to see, you know, all the older crew that comes in every morning at the Y, and then just the other people that get to be here as well. It's not just, you know, I'm seeing the kids and their parents, it's everyone that passes by through the Y, so I get to see a lot of everyone.
We did look at other dance places for Gloria. We observed many classes, but we felt that the Y offered not only the dance class, but also an atmosphere that we wanted her to grow in. The teachers are excellent. They teach a lot about feeling good about yourself, feeling good about what you're doing, and not just the dance steps.
Although the majority of classes are for children, the Y also offers several options for adults.
I chose to start taking dance classes because I was looking for a different way to get active, and I had danced when I was younger and wanted to try it again and meet new people. So my favorite memory would just be getting to perform again and all the people I've met in the process. I knew that I wanted to be at the Y. It just, you know, everything it offered really fit with what I wanted to do.
There are a lot of music and art programs that are being cut in schools, and the Y can help fill that void. The Fine Arts program also offers music lessons, including piano, violin, and guitar. The YMCA's Arts and Humanities program believes in offering a creative outlet in the form of self-expression to develop confidence and other developmental skills. To find out more information about the Arts and Humanities department, visit their website or one of the following locations on Main Street in La Crosse or Mason Street in Onalaska.